whatever you need. Be it food, water, clothes, books, pens, phones, laptops, and much more. In addition to all these things, we also need daily news and television programs for information and entertainment. But are all these things produced or created around us? Think about it. The food that you eat could have been produced in a farm somewhere far away. The phone one uses could have been produced in South Korea. The clothes, laptops, and other appliances could have been produced very far from your place. So, how do all these things reach you? Well, this happens through a good network of transportation and communication. Without these, it would not have mattered if you were willing and able to buy a phone, because you would not be connected to the seller. When you needed a phone, you created a demand for it by placing an order which was supplied by the phone manufacturer in South Korea. There was an exchange of a phone and money between the manufacturer and you. This exchange can be termed as trade. There are some people who are engaged in facilitating these exchanges. They are called traders. They use different modes of transportation and communication to ensure that the products reach the consumers. Thus, we can say a country's pace of development depends not only on the production of goods and services, but also on how fast they can be moved from one place to another. This is why efficient means of transportation and communication are prerequisites for fast development. The network of arteries and veins in our body is responsible for carrying blood all over our body. If this blood flow stops, the different parts of our body would not receive life-giving oxygen and we would die. Similarly, in a country without a strong transportation system, critical pathways will get choked up. This would affect the movement of goods and people, causing different parts of the country to come to a standstill. The body's nervous system helps carry information in the form of electrical signals called nerve impulses all around the body. Without this exchange of information, the coordination among different organs would be compromised, once again leading to terrible consequences. Similarly, the communication system in a country is paramount in ensuring that critical information and messages are passed on to different parts of the country. Our economy would crumble without a strong and reliable communication system. Land, water, and the air are three domains of Earth over which movement of goods can happen. All these three domains are made use of for transportation. Roadways, railways, and pipelines are the three modes of transportation on land, whereas inland waterways on rivers, backwaters and canals, and overseas waterways on seas are the modes of transportation on water. People were always fascinated by flying things. In the 20th century, with the advent of technology, airways as means of transportation became popular. Today, there are domestic airways for transportation within the borders of the country and international airways for transportation between two countries. Within domestic airways, there are public undertaking airlines and private undertaking airlines. Well, That was about transport and its different modes. What about communication? Well, the process of exchanging information through a medium is called communication. There are different modes through which you can communicate. You can use letters, phones, emails, social media, and so on. Transportation and communication were always requirements for trades. Earlier, due to inefficient modes of transport and communication, the trade was restricted to a limited space. In the present times, distant communication and transport is unimaginably faster due to advancements in science and technology. Just look around and think. A product like a phone may have traveled and reached you, and in that process, it may have employed many people too. The designers may be in some corners of the world, the component manufacturers in other corners, and people who assemble these components may be in yet another place. There may be people working for online shops, and all these are connected by efficient communication and transport systems. Wow! Thanks to all these, it really feels like the seller is right at your doorstep.